Y'all better stay off them damn planes. Talking about you going away for the holiday. You do know the government has been shut down for 37 days. And these people that work in those airports are not getting paid. Let me say that to you again. The people that work in the airports, government workers, are not getting paid. So how the...
Oh my gosh. What? Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So the FFA has started cutting flight capacity across more than 40 major airports in the US. So people are saying maybe by next week, there might actually be a lot of flights that will get cancelled. And the airport is already packed with people who are very frustrated and just a long line. One of the most frustrating thing you could experience is your flight getting delayed, and there is even the chance that the flight could get cancelled. That even makes it more worse because people travel for different reasons. I mean, the holidays are close and some people had plans to travel, some are going for vacations, while some travel for work. The whole shutdown is really getting on everybody's nerves because it's just ruining everything. And I feel so bad for TSA workers and even other federal employees that are forced to go to work, like despite the fact that they're not getting paid. Nobody want to go to work when you're not getting paid. It's frustrating. There's just no motivation for that. Okay, we're gonna be checking out these videos, and some people are actually just warning people to think about it when you're thinking about taking a flight. But before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
Day 36 of the government shutdown. It's now the longest in U.S. history, and there is some breaking news. We are just learning that thousands of flights could be canceled starting on Friday. So basically what's happening is airports across the country are seeing major staffing shortages when it comes to air traffic controllers, TSA workers. So the FAA has made the decision to cut the number of flights by 10% at 40 major airports across the country. Now, 10% may not sound like a lot, but we're talking thousands of flights every single day in America. So what this means is that thousands of flights could be canceled, impacting hundreds of thousands of Americans who are gearing up to travel for not only Veterans Day, but the busy holiday season. So I asked the Transportation Secretary just how this is going to affect so many Americans at home, and here's what he told me. Will this mean practically for air travel? Is this going to lead to more flight delays, more cancellations?
Well, I think it's going to lead to more cancellations. That we're going to work with the airlines.
And why are those air traffic controllers and FAA workers calling out sick? Well, they are working without pay. They have not gotten paid for 36 days. Just take a listen to what one FAA worker and union rep told me.
We're petrified. We are concerned.
You were already short-staffed.
Correct.
And how much worse has the shutdown made it?
It's exponentially made it worse because we're exhausted now.
And how much does that compromise air safety?
That compromise goes up every single day.
And now there's a strong possibility that none of us will be traveling for the holidays. The airports are getting shut down. I was planning to go to New York to celebrate 100,000 followers, and it's looking like that's not going to happen. Just let me know if I need to start up Quarantine Live again. Let me know if we need to run that back again so I can just be prepared this time, because it's starting to look like we finna be in the house. No, like real bad. Like we finna be locked up, cooped up in the house for a good little minute. And even though not being able to travel and have fun and hang out and turn up for the holidays isn't nearly as important as people getting paid, you know what I'm saying, and having to survive off of what they had, if they had anything before the shutdown. But it's just crazy to think that a lot of people won't be able to travel home to see their families. Like, as someone who recently just had a parent pass away and who have had family members pass away over the years, being able to see your family, especially when you don't get to see them often, is like, people look forward to that. I mean, so this is, yeah, what are we gonna do?
They're talking about next week closing airports down around the country because there's not air traffic controllers. But you see, Trump doesn't care. What does he care? He's got his own plane. He can go wherever he wants. It doesn't inconvenience him at all. Now, thousands, millions of Americans across the country, it's going to be devastating. He doesn't care. He's got Air Force One. He's going to be flying around, golfing, do whatever he wants. But yeah, regular people, yeah, your airports will be closed. But the president and his friends, yeah, they're rich. They can fly whenever they want, wherever they want. You, the ones not invited to Mar-a-Lago, yeah, you won't be going anywhere. Your airports will be closed, your businesses will be affected, and your president clearly doesn't care. And that's the way it goes. You get what you vote for.
Some fucked up news. I hope y'all canceled all y'all flights for next week, because according to the administration, they're gonna have to shut down some of our fucking airspace. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because this shit is getting out of hand. It's gonna be about a month since the government has shut down. TSA lines are back the fuck up to Timbuktu. Airspace is not working because you know what? Air traffic controller said, fuck y'all, pay me. So the only option they have is shutting down the airspace. Now, I'm not sure which airports won't be flying where, but I guarantee you, booking a flight is going to be a bitch, and trying to get out that hole is going to be hell. And please don't come up on this blaming Democrats. It's not their fault. What would you rather do? Fly across the country or have healthcare premiums triple? That is your option. I have to remind y'all that the Democrats are holding the line because Trump wants to triple our healthcare premiums. And baby, I can't afford that. I don't think anybody in this country can afford that.
So because of the mass amount of chaos as it relates to the mass amount of delays that has been happening at specific airports, and we've been seeing this, some of us have been experiencing it, there could be a pending airport airspace closures. And this is per y'all favorite principal child. So they're talking about as early as next week closing certain airports down or across the country because of this whole riffraff and chaos that it's causing as it relates to the governmental shutdown. Now, we know that air traffic controllers, the TSA workers are not getting paid, and this is going on the 35th day of non-payment. I'm sorry. I know I wouldn't have been able to do it. Shouts out to them who's working hard and going, and they may receive payment. I just, for me in my house, I'm going to serve the Lord. I'm not going to come. I'm sorry. As we progress, this country is experiencing history. We are experiencing things that we've never experienced in the history of this being a country. And so the widespread of chaos, even fear, the spirit of fear, as it relates to people's livelihood, how they're going to continue with their lives, paying for their rent, paying for food. This is serious. And to talk about closures of airports changes the trajectory of so many things financially in this country. With business, people travel for work. I mean, this is something that is not just, oh, they're closing out airports, oh, we can get around it. If you close down these airports, that is going to affect the economy even more than what it already is doing. They're saying that this crisis could escalate even more as we progress into November. And because of the escalation, that's why they want to close down the airports. But not even that. I've been on a lot of different discussion boards, and people are not even able to get to work. These TSA workers, the traffic controllers, they don't even have money for gas to get to work. And so they are not showing up simply because they can't financially afford driving to work. I'm sure most airports are 30 minutes away from your normal person who live normally in the city of some sort. This is bad, and this is really bad. If he is seriously considering this, if this actually takes place, this is also going to cause more of a ripple effect of people, number one, losing their jobs, number two, other companies having to close their doors. So many systematic things. It is a ripple effect that will affect the economy in a major way. I personally don't see the government coming back I prophetically spoke that this was not, that the government wasn't going to come back, that this time around, and I told y'all, the Holy Spirit showed it to me, this time around, that this was going to linger because it is a purpose in all of this. You have to understand the prophetic times that we are in. There is things that God has ordained and that he is allowing so judgment can hit the land. This is all bad. Now, because if folks get stranded where they at, how they gonna get to and fro? How? This is not something minor. This is so detrimental to this country. Child, we is living in the next Bible series, child.
TSA agents are actually forced to go to work with no payments. Air traffic controllers are working without pay. This is forcing some of them to quit because you need money for gas. You need, to get to work. They can't afford it. So this is actually a problem. I've seen some people who made some silly comments talking about you're supposed to have some savings. Like, it's just 1 month pay, and people, you can't survive without 1 month pay. Like, they literally do not want to hear federal workers actually say, oh, hey, like, we're not getting, we're broke, like, because we are not getting paid. They're like, you should have money, like, you should have some money saved. But I mean, like, maybe some people just cannot grasp the concept of some people actually living paycheck to paycheck. Like, not everybody just have this load of cash sitting in their savings, but that's the case, though. Well, I mean, there's always people who have who do not have sympathy, or some who have sympathy and understand the situation, and some actually helping as much as they can, like providing some food and things to the TSA workers. And people have always advised that you guys should be kind and nice to them because they're not getting paid. And the politicians are over there just pointing fingers at each other. We really cannot wait for them to be done with whatever this is. This shutdown should just be over with at this point because it is really, really putting almost everything to a halt. If you do plan on traveling, check your flights before heading out. Be patient with the airport workers because you already know, like, this is the situation. Most of them are doing their best under impossible conditions. It's not easy at all. You wouldn't want to be doing that. You wouldn't want to be in their shoes. So be nice. Let's hope that the shutdown actually gets over with as soon as possible because we are actually over it. You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please make sure you click the like button. It helps the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. And hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will see you on the next one. Bye.